call to order, and please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
Good evening. I am Lynn Midyett, and I am filling in for Laura Lee, who is somewhere celebrating her husband's birthday and I think her own birthday. So glad to be here, and I'll try my best. Thank you, Janet, for helping me through this.
Oh, great.
Okay. First order of business is the approval of the agenda.
Moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Motion to approve the Board of Education meeting minutes for August 1st, 2019. Second. Okay. All approve or in favor?
All in favor.
All in favor?
Aye. Abstain.
Any opposed? Okay. Next subject is patron comments, and we do not have any patron comments tonight that I see. And now it's time for the superintendent and board comments. Dr. Miles.
Good evening, everyone. It's been an exciting week, without a doubt. So the first day of school is an exciting time for the entire Rockwood School District community, and Monday held a special residence for one Rockwood family. Dozens of law enforcement officers from several St. Louis area jurisdictions turned out in front of Kerrs Mill Elementary to escort Carmine, the son of an ailing officer, to his first day of kindergarten. Carmine's dad, Woodson Terrace Police Sergeant Andy Madeline, has been hospitalized recently, and it didn't look as if Sergeant Madeline could make it to walk Carmine to school on Monday. But right before the start of school, Sergeant Madeline showed up and was able to share in the special moment with Carmine and the rest of his family. All three St. Louis television stations turned out, and it's a story that's gone viral on our Facebook page. And Alex did a bit of research, and I think the story was picked up in the United Kingdom. So international news for this family. So that is certainly a way to start, a great way to start the 2019-2020 school year, with a sign of care and compassion for our students and our families. Wonderful community. So, wonderful story. There's also been a great deal of excitement surrounding the opening of the new Eureka Elementary School, which made its debut last Thursday at Meet the Teacher Night. So we had more than 400 students. They had the chance to see the new digs, their educational home after 17 months of construction. Principal Lynn White and I heard rave reviews from students and parents, their wide eyes as they entered that foyer. They rushed through the hallways, had an opportunity to get to know their teachers, reconnected with old friends, had a little bit of ice cream on that evening in the cafeteria, posed for pictures in front of purple and gold backdrops, and of course, tried out the playground. And I saw students today on the playground. Lots of smiles continue at Eureka Elementary. So certainly want to thank the Eureka Elementary School staff for their patience and their persistence through the process. Mr. Chris Friend, you've been an incredible leader throughout the process. Very persistent. Appreciate your leadership. I want to thank our facilities team for their work on the project, and Mr. Paul Northington, I appreciate your work as well, meeting all of the deadlines and keeping everyone on task. So we appreciate your work. That's going to be a facility that serves generations of students. Wonderful facility. So we already know that Rockwood is one of the best school districts in the state, and it's nice to hear that validated from a site called niche.com. It helps families discover schools and neighborhoods, and they recently released their rankings They do this on an annual basis and rank the school district as the number 4 district in the state. They look at factors such as academics, teachers, culture and diversity, parent and student surveys, health and safety, resources and facilities, clubs and activities, and sports. As a district, Rockwood received an A+ grade from the site, and all 29 of our elementary, middle, and high schools received an A grade, including 19 that received an A+. So truly impressive, consistent performance on that measure. We all know that there are a number of different organizations that publish ratings of schools and school districts throughout the year, and each publication, each organization uses its own distinct methodology. I think if you look at the overall analysis, it's always an affirmation that we continue to provide wonderful educational services in academics, arts, and athletics. It's always nice to be recognized for the wonderful services that our staff members provide. So great news for the district. Also, last Wednesday, 9 members of the Rockwood South Middle School National Junior Honor Society volunteered with Circle of Concern Food Pantry, helping unload and sort materials for the organization's annual school supply drive. Rockwood South NJHS sponsor Amy Krieger said her students have enjoyed these service opportunities with Circle of Concern for the past 6 or 7 years. This year, the 8th graders helped gather and organize donations such as backpacks, folders, paper, pens, and pencils for the drive, which serves between 650 and 850 underprivileged students a year. So we congratulate those students for giving back to our community. And finally, I certainly could not have asked for a better first day of school for me in the Rockwood School District. So on the first day this year, I visited several schools: Eureka Elementary, Crestview Middle School, Ellisville Elementary, Westridge Elementary, Marquette High School, Selvage Middle School, Werther Elementary, Baldwin Elementary, and Kerrs Mill Elementary. All of the interactions I had with students, parents, staff was thrilling. It simply created a wonderful foundation for the beginning of the year. Students so excited to be back at school, staff members excited to be here. The relationships I already saw forming, it was an inspiration, really. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I had an opportunity to visit all the other schools. The trivia question for the night is, how many miles did that take? Any guesses?
85.
142.
Okay.
I was able to hit every school in 142 miles. So Janet has promised to create a schedule that beats that number next year. So 142 miles. So we were able to capture, with the expertise of our communications department, some of the sights and sounds from that first day experience. So we'll take a look.
She's your pal. See, it's a pal. Hey, your pal. There you go. Hey, it's first day of school right here in the Rockwood School District. We're going back to class.
Good morning. How are you today? Good to see you. Welcome to the first day. Good morning.
I missed you! Happy first day! He's not happy about it.
Hi, good morning. Mark Miles. Are you ready for the day?
You want to say hi?
Any fives? How you doing? Good to see you. Well, enjoy the day. It's my first day too, you know.
Happy first day!
Deer don't have sharp teeth like that.
And we are omnivores. It's both.
But that's exactly right. We are omnivores.
What I'm pulling up is Google Classroom. And this is what you all signed into. And anyone not signed into Google Classroom.
I'm new around here too. This is my first day of school in the Rockwood School District as well. Make it a great year, each and every day doing your best.
Happy birthday, school!
going to be a great year.
Other comments from board members?
Just want to say thank you to Fairway, Wildwood Middle, Ridge Meadows, and Eureka for their hospitality on the school visits that I did with Dr. Miles.
All I know is I got a lot of hugs from kindergartners. So that was great. So.
I also want to make note that I spilled my coffee a while ago. There was a reason behind that. It's because the excitement of what Dr. Miles told us a while ago. He actually went to Werther, I don't know if it was today or yesterday. He went to Werther, and a fourth grader at Werther said, "You are really good looking." And I got so excited I spilled my coffee a while ago. Congratulations, Dr. Miles.
Thank you, Dr. Kinder.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate that.
Okay.
That was on record.
With that, we will move on to 7.01, approval of consent agenda items 7.02 through 7.10. Motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay.
There are several donations, and I'm going to get my paper so I can read it. Second thought, I don't guess I will. Okay, Ellisville Elementary PTO, other non-monetary, $20,000. Update the school library. New tables, furniture, book browsers. It's okay. Designer picture browsers. Donation from Marquette High School, Marquette Band Boosters, monetary $10,320 to assist the band program. Band boosters are donating funds to the marching band, color guard flags to be used for camps and assorted of purchases at the direction of the program. And then the last one is 3 different donations, all from Wild Horse Elementary. The PTO, modification to the facilities, $3,026.60. Gaga Pit, whatever that is. Gaga Pit for the playground. What is the Gaga Pit? It's what?
All pit that they
Oh, okay. They also donated $9,812 to modification of the facilities, provide shade for the students. Shade for students, donation. Awning shade for playground areas. And the last one is technology from Wild Horse Elementary, $3,359.87. Upgrade technology in the innovation room. Projector for innovation room. That's a lot of money, folks, just for between last board meeting and this one. That's $37,000. That's quite a donation, a lot of donations. Thanks.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now we have a motion to approve. Am I good? Motion to approve the superintendent to continue to manage the FY20 PCard program as presented.
So move.
And Brenda Kirchhofer, did I do it right? Will be talking to us about the PCard program.
Hey, Brenda.
All right. Thank you for having me. So I'm going to talk tonight about the district's PCard program. So a couple of years ago, we switched from UMB to our current provider, which is Bank of America. It seems to be working out fairly well. The Bank of America program offers a couple of things that our previous program didn't have, including a single tool for managing the cards, for making modifications, as well as allocating budget codes to the cards, and then additional reporting features for spend control. So we keep a pretty tight control over the P-cards in every way, usage and number of cards. And to do that, we have each card that's set up with a card strategy. So each card has a specified swipe limit and a monthly credit limit. Those are modified now and again just to meet the needs of the users. Obviously during back to school time, there are a lot of purchases being made, so sometimes we need to make changes to those. The Works program we utilize a lot. We have an additional control factor in there that allows any change that's made to the spend profile, the card strategy. It provides, we can do that in the Works program, and it provides a report to all of the administrators in the program, so we know if one person makes a change, then I'm alerted, and likewise. So we always have that extra layer of security with that. Okay, so on August 1st, we had 236 cards in use in the district, and I don't know, some of you were here back in 2013. But at the advice of our auditors, we did reduce the number of cards to more than half than what we had previously. Each card is set up, they either have a department card or they have a user card. We have 97 department cards, so those would be like Lafayette High School, Eureka High School activities account. It's one card that one person manages in the building that allows users to check them out. There's a control. They have a checkout log where they have to take the card and make sure that the proper budget is there to make the purchase. And then those cards are returned in a timely manner for others to use as well. We have 139 employee cards, and those are user specific, so they would have a username on their account. We primarily use those for Adventure Club or facilities. Like some of the maintenance workers need cards to have on hand to buy parts and things like that. Can you go back one? Sorry. So we last year, I don't know if you remember, but we had 235 cards last year. When I did the presentation, we had just added another card. We had an additional full-time employee that's new to the district in the facilities department, I believe in grounds, that we needed to hire to, we're growing. And so we had an additional person that needed a card. So we did add one card then, and then we just recently had another request that Dr. Miles has already given his blessing on to add another. No, I'm sorry, I got this backwards. The one that we added on July 26th was for Eureka Early Childhood. The one that we added today was for grounds. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. So we have one extra card than we did last year. So overall, our purchases, we spent $5.4 million in PCard purchases last year. One of the benefits of using Bank of America is that we get a rebate, and this is the first year that we've had a full 12 months with Bank of America where we could utilize the full time period of the rebate, and that was $144,000. That number includes PCard use, and it includes e-payables, which is kind of like a virtual payable account. And I believe that the PCard percentage of that is, I believe, 67, and then 33 for the e-payable part of it. Questions?
Brenda, even though it's over $5 million, a lot of that is, correct me if I'm wrong, could be for activities where it's reimbursed.
Yes. Yeah. So student activities. I mean, most of the high schools have mostly two or three student activity or activity director cards, and those are all.
Are those PCards also?
Yes, that's
okay.
part of the program.
So they'll pay them out of the PCards, but then they've had fundraisers or whatever to reimburse.
Exactly, and then we get the.
Now, is that deducted, or is that part of that $5?
That's part of that $5.4 million.
So it's probably a lot less than that when you take out what they reimburse.
As far as district funds.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. Okay, good, thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Would be interesting to see.
The student activity, I can pull it out and get that information to you. I don't have it with me.
No, just whenever.
Okay,
you make
sure.
An interesting point to see how much is district fund, how many has been reimbursed.
I'll be happy to do that.
Hurry.
Any other questions? No?
Any more discussion? Okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thanks, Brenda.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the review of policy 4440 tuition reimbursement? And Dr. Katie Reberle will be presenting.
Excellent. So, good evening. This evening, as you know, this is the first step in the process. I would just like permission for us to look at policy 4440, tuition reimbursement. We have not updated the support staff portion of that policy in several years. And through the budget process last year, we took a look at aligning our support staff process with our teacher, our certified process, which is tied to UMSL's. Our teacher certified process is tied to UMSL's credit hours. We'd like to look at the same thing for support staff, but we wanted permission to look at the policy first. I'll bring that back to you in a first reading, hopefully at the first September meeting, for you to review, but that's the purpose of it.
Agreement with.
No, it's just, it hasn't been looked at in years, and so we need to look at it. Great question, though.
Years ago, we decided to either reimburse or pay nurses to get their certified training or something.
Yeah, so that kind of goes along with Tammy's question. So remember, support staff, nurses are professional support staff, so they're also like teachers per agreement, tied to the agreement. The support staff is, we don't have a support staff collective group, so I just want to look at it and hopefully tie it. What I'm hoping to do is follow the pattern that we use for nurses, teachers, social workers, but tie it to UMSL's undergraduate credit hour rate.
Necessarily be going to UMSL, it would be giving them
that's just the amount. It doesn't mean you have to go to UMSL.
Be reimbursement to taking a trades class or something like that. Okay, good.
Exactly. Support staff. For teachers, it's very outlined that it does need to be for coursework, graduate coursework.
What's the most they'll offer a year? Is it 6 credits for teachers?
For teachers, 3 credit hours.
3 credit hours.
Reimbursed.
So you don't know what you can propose yet for the support staff, do you?
Well, I already looked at UMSL's 3 undergraduate credit hours is what I would
so it would be, it's the money, it's not what it,
yeah,
okay.
Exactly. It's not UMSL's credit, it's the equivalent amount financially.
What's UMSL charge per credit hour now?
Right now, for the 3 credit hour for teachers is like $1,600, so that's graduate credit, though.
Okay.
But I'll bring it back to you if you give me permission tonight at the next meeting.
In favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we're at 8.03, bond issue purchases and related contracts, 7,500 to 150,000.
Move.
All right.
Evening. The first item we have that's facilities related and bond issue related is design services for civil engineering. We are starting the design process for the renovation of the Rockwood Summit tennis court. We've got some significant cracking in that system, and we've gotten to the point where there's a couple courts down there that aren't usable, so it's definitely time. You're throwing me off. All right. So we started a process a few months ago of looking at some different systems. One of the reasons we have issues with our tennis courts is typically they are put in as parking lots. And the technology for tennis courts has vastly improved. So can you go back to the agenda item real quick? So you'll see the note on the bottom that the proposal includes a fee for a certified tennis court builder. One of the things we realized when we started down this road is we did not know a lot about tennis courts and the new tennis court systems that were out there. So as part of the design team, we requested that a certified tennis court builder be part of that team. So that is included in that fee that you see for $74,950. So one of the things that came out of having that information and that resource is we narrowed things down to 2 systems. One was a post-tension concrete system, and the other is the Pro Bounce system, and that is what I just handed Dr. Kinder, if you guys are passing that around. So that is the system that we're going to go with, and it's a pretty interesting system. Can you pull that down a little bit, Bob? So just quickly, it is actually a turf system. So it's a turf system that's sealed together with a poly seal resin. So the construction of this tennis court is going to look very similar to what the turf fields was. There'll be a rock base with this turf system laid over the top of it, and then it'll be locked together with the resin. So it'll end up being what you see on the table there. One of the benefits to that is it does not crack. So it actually floats on top of the rock base. It's not like an asphalt or a concrete where you will eventually see see cracking. So that is the system that we're going with, and we feel very confident that it'll hold up for many years.
What's the life expectancy, do you know?
Right now they're saying 15 years minimum.
Wow.
How long will the project take? Sorry.
So the project, our hopes were to start the project this summer and get it finished before next spring. Unfortunately, a lot of the companies that put this material in were booked. We did not feel good about going out to bid at this time and taking the chances of getting a subpar contractor. So we are going to go through the design process, bid this project out after the first of the year, and it will be completed next summer.
Where's it going? Right in the place of?
Correct. It'll go in the exact same spot as the tennis courts are now.
So will they lose a season of tennis on the?
No, our intent is to start directly after the season ends
after
next
this one
spring.
and before?
Yes, and will be completed before the fall.
Yeah.
Chris, help me out on this. Was the architect's fee $4,000 or $79,000?
No, it's the $74,950. The $4,000 are for reimbursable expenses.
The architectural fee was $74,000?
Correct. The estimated cost of the project is $700,000.
So it's 10%?
Yes.
Okay.
And typically we try and stay around 6 or 7%. The reason that percentage is a little inflated is because we did request the other services with the certified tennis court builder.
Okay, thanks.
So it drove that up a little bit. And you know, I know the 700,000 sounds like a staggering number. One thing about Rockwood Summit to keep in mind is there's some different dynamics and conditions with that court. There's actually a large wall on the southwest corner of that structure that actually holds up about 3 or 4 of the courts on the end, and we know that we're having some failures in that wall as well. So we're going to address those issues. All the fencing will be replaced, so it's more than just that surface. You know, we're doing a whole patient, you know, repair here. We're going to completely renovate the entire tennis courts.
You'd save some money by building it at Eureka then, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And call it Rockwood Summit.
There's a lot going on at Eureka right now. I think we need to
need
to move on.
Just a thought, Chris.
I'm tired of driving around Eureka all day.
I realize Summit won't flood, but if let's say, for instance, you go with this material and you roll it out to all the other schools eventually, what's its ability to stand up to water?
It stands up very well. You have your sub base that has rock and drainage underneath that, and then the surface itself, it's not permeable, so everything is surface drainage. So you'll have percentages of grade that fall to the sides of the courts, and it'll drain. It'll be all surface drainage. And none of our courts are in a condition where they would be you know.
No, I know. Just
flooding.
That doesn't get up to the Eureka one anyhow.
No.
If it does, we all better worry.
Right. Yeah, that'd be a problem. Temperature controls. No, you can obviously you can modify those or kind of control those by the color of the court. One of the main colors that's being used out there right now is like a light blue. It's almost a baby blue. Yeah, so obviously the darker color that you go with, the more heat you're going to generate. And right now we believe we're going to be going with the light blue color. Yes. Okay. And then the second one is for the city of Eureka. We brought an agenda item. This pertains to the water line that they had to move for the road extension at the new transportation lot. They had submitted what we thought was and they thought was the final invoice. So we brought that invoice for approval on the 18th. Unfortunately, they were gracious enough to send us one last bill in the mail for a little more labor and materials. So we're just increasing that PO. Yes. Yes, we have confirmed this is the final invoice.
Where's that lot at? Is that the one behind Eureka Elementary?
Yes, the road extension to the transportation lot. Eureka had an old water line directly underneath that road.
Other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Gotta wait for
Any
deputies to
opposed?
talk. Okay. Are you doing yours?
Now, we have a motion to approve the bond issue purchase and related contracts for over $150,000 from Ed Plus Resources.
No, it's not over. It's 7 to 150.
Deb is, and the same one as Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
This purchase is a renewal of a contract, to year 2 of a 3-year contract. We have amplification systems in each of our elementary school classrooms that allow teachers to speak in their normal voice, and children then throughout the room hear it at the same level. So this is to replace those systems as they age and are not repairable. We can't get parts for those systems anymore, so we have to install new ones. And then we have a few, it says district-wide, we have some at the early childhood centers, and we have some also in a few specific cases at secondary schools, but they're mainly focused at early childhood and elementary.
How much do those systems cost a piece?
It depends on the size of the room, but between $1,000 and $1,500.
We get one in here so I can hear Lynn.
That's what these are for.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll speak louder. Many of the classrooms I've been in are using the systems, and I think they're amazing, and the research behind it is pretty substantial, the benefit for students.
You also have the ones that the teachers wear for the students that are very hard of hearing, or does this take care of all that? Teachers used to wear individual ones.
I believe this is the same system.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, now we'll move on to .04, bond issue purchases and relay contracts over $150,000. So I need a motion to approve the bond issue purchases and relay contracts over $150,000 from MedPlus Resources, Inc. for additional labor costs necessary to ensure the furniture installation of the new Eureka Elementary is completed prior to the start of the school year.
So move.
FY7, yes.
So move.
Good.
Okay.
This is additional request of $9,408 to complete the installation of the furnishings at the Eureka Elementary School. This purchase was through Education Plus, who bids out furniture type products. The actual installer was CI Select. To meet the deadlines to get everything in place for the start of school, we incurred some additional labor costs to get things done. Really wasn't the issue with CI Select. They've done a great job with the installation. It's the fact that we had some delays in the actual construction itself. So that's the additional request. So the initial request was $613,000. The new total now will be just under $623,000.
Paul, have we always done it this way? Because the amount was only $9,000, but the original bid was $600. That's the reason we put it in there? Or?
Yes, sir. Usually when we have a second request on something, we'll put the original amount and show you what the additional
No,
is
the
for the new total.
$150,000 or more, okay.
Yes, sir. That way you can see the background on it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Propose agenda. September 5th, Board of Education meeting planning calendar. Take a look at that. How's it look?
Is there anything that comes up on that one that's unique to that meeting?
5th. There's nothing. It's no.
just
The
a standard.
the 26th of September is the tax hearing.
Is it tax levy and the regular meeting too?
On the 26th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
With the proposed agenda?
Going to have anything?
Add that to that. agenda?
Yeah, because you'll be
Couple
meeting the
August
week, the
27th
Tuesday
or something like
after.
that. Yeah, we can
Okay.
give our update then. That'll be good. Thank you.
Thanks, Keith.
Note that if any more students tell Dr. Miles he's good looking, I want that on the agenda, please.
So noted.
Okay. Now, we have future agenda presentations and events to attend.
Don't forget about our work session next Thursday.
It's going to be upstairs in room A200, but I'll send everybody a reminder next week. Pardon?
Yep. 200.
It says 9 o'clock.
Yes.
You can be here at 8:30.
Yeah,
You can come have a
early.
bagel and a coffee.
No, it's okay.
Yep.
We will start promptly at 9 o'clock. So, if you want to get there at 8:45, might be a good idea.
You can hear that. Thanks, Lynn.
Okay, are we to the point of saying we're adjourned? We are?
Meeting's adjourned.
What?
The meeting is
The
adjourned.
meeting is adjourned.